Oh, sorry. I gotta up. Check, check, check. We good? Man, I have not used the setup in a little bit. We good? I think we're good. Okay. We should make sure I've fast. It has been like two more than that since a while. Hope you all doing good. Yeah, I think we're good. Alive. Yeah, December 18th, after the NBA Cup, was the last time that I streamed, dog. Oh my goodness. Gotta do a lot. Okay. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We got a lot of good stuff. A lot of trade talks, a lot of games, specifically people that have come back that I might be highly in chat. Say what's up. All the time. But today we are starting off rip, off hot with OKC Thunder, man. To preface this, dog, this is a team that I have connections to just a little bit, not in the real world at all. My brother's a Thunder fan. I'm a Clippers fan, so we drafted Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, obviously. Um, yeah, the Thunder. Um, I have ties to this team. My brother's a Thunder fan. The Clippers, we drafted Shea, so I feel like we are completely, you know, responsible for what is currently happening. We gave you guys Shea, we gave you guys J-Dub, and we took the burden, Paul George, upon our franchise. I will say that, right? Thunder are now on a 15-game win streak, which matches the Cavs' 15-0 win streak at the beginning of the season. Even though, I mean, no matter when it happens, it's crazy that it still happened. The Thunder, I think, are 30-5, and right now I think the Cavs are 31, I believe. Um, the Thunder, it's been fun watching them this season, but gosh dang it, as a Clippers fan, I'm like, and my brother being a Thunder fan, I'm like, dude, this kind of sucks a little bit. They're so good. They are so good. The best defense in the NBA. We'll get to that in a second. The best defense in the NBA. And they beat Boston at home by a significant amount. By 12 points, I believe. I think 10 or 12 points. Dude, held Boston under 100 points. We'll get to that in a sec. But this Thunder team, I've gone back and forth. You know, if you watch the channel for a little bit, you understand that I am really slow, not to give credit. I give credit where credit's due. I'll give credit right now. But in terms of like what happens in the playoffs, because you're getting the regular season does not mean that translates to the playoffs. I mean, last year, the Thunder were the number one seed. The same deal. Man, they won a lot of games. That's crazy. They're so good. Chad's back. He's playing 82 games. That's awesome. Then you get eviscerated by Luka Doncic in the second round. Yeah, second round. So can that happen again? Yeah. Is this Thunder team better than last year? 100%. But it's hard to see there not being like the 1-2 punch that you see on the other teams. And I'm not talking about. I was maybe talking about KD and D Book and LeBron and AD and Devin Clay and Draymond, like those guys, and now Luka and Kyrie. That's a big thing, and Jokic and Jamal Murray. But this year in the West, there haven't been that many 1-2 punches. It's been pretty much just Luka and Kyrie. And the Grizzlies, you got Ja. Jaren Jackson's not that big of a threat. Then in Houston, there's not a single guy that I would say is like take over playoff mode, balled out. Like I'm legitimately scared of you. It's more of a unit, which is still a thing. It's a real thing. And then Jokic, Jamal Murray has been, everyone else in the Nuggets have been okay. Jokic has been playing out of his mind. I still think he's number one MVP. Get to that in a little bit. But that being said, the runway for the Thunder to get to the finals is a lot easier than I think than I personally thought it was at the beginning of the season. I'm getting into the season about halfway, almost at quarter season review week 2, because half. Uh, the Thunder have, I mean, they're extremely good, and I don't want to talk about this game against the Celtics specifically. No narratives. It's one game. It doesn't mean that, oh man, if they played in the finals, the Thunder would beat the Celtics. That's not how that works. It's a regular season game in January, dog. Right? No narratives, just notes. So what do we got? The Thunder had the best defense in the NBA by 3.3 points, almost 3.5 points, and 102.9. And I think the next is Houston, like 106. Math is. So that means if you are new to the NBA, all the advanced basic stats, the 102.9 comes from the Thunder holding their opponents to under or an average of 102.9 points per game, which is the lowest in the NBA. They have the best defense. They held Boston to 92 points. So they held Boston to 10 points under what the best defense in the NBA holds their teams to average, like on average. And Boston is easily the second or third best team in the NBA, wherever you want to put. I think the Cavs are one. You want to put Boston or OKC, put OKC 2 and put Boston 3 now, based off of current circumstances. But the way that they did it was very, very, very interesting. Nobody on the Celtics had over 30, and only 4 players had more than 10 points. So they really kind of squished it. Normally, if only like 4 players have 10 points, then one guy went for like 60, right? That was not the case this time. They held someone under 30, and then some people had 10, and so there was like this little area where basically the Boston Celtics starters were, where you could score. And they held the Celtics 9 for 46 from 3. So that's like, I don't know what the math is on that. It's gotta be like 17, and it's something super bad, right? And in contrast, OKC had one person over 30 points, okay, obviously, and then 5 players with 10 or more points. So they had, in contrast, Celtics had nobody over 30, 4 players with 10 plus, double digits. OKC had 1 over 30 and 5 guys in double digits. So that's just going to win you a game. That with the other team going 9 for 46 from 3, that's an L, like 100%. So does this mean a whole lot? Yes and no. The odds of them meeting in the finals isn't as high as you might think. This is my personal opinion. But dude, Boston, I mean, their whole game is shooting 46 threes apparently, right? I could go check what their averages are. If they're shooting it well, they're chucking up a lot of threes. That doesn't go well all the time. It can go 9 for 46, right? So against a team like the Bucks, who they're cool, they won the NBA Cup, we all saw that. Giannis is more dependable at like 65% himself inside the arc. That's pretty freaking good. Leading the league in scoring, and he's mad. So if the Celtics match up with, they're gonna have to either play the Cavs and or the Bucks and or the Knicks, who are a very dependable and solid team at the moment. They're gonna play any of those 3 teams, if not 2 of the 3, to make it to the finals, and then they have to play OKC or someone else that we'll talk about in a sec. So the fact that people were saying, oh, this might be a finals matchup, from what I've seen a little bit, I saw a lot more of it last year. This year did see as much of it or as of right now, but I don't know if Boston can make the finals. It's going to be rough. Their team is really, really good. But the fact of what I'm talking about is OKC Boston, I don't know, because OKC has a lot of questions as well. I talked about that 1-2 punch. The Thunder have a really good, like Shea has taken another leap, and he's almost leading the league in scoring, and he has his team at 30-5, right? Really, really good. 15-game win streak. They beat Boston. They beat New York. They'll play Cleveland this week too, so we'll have to check that out. It's gonna be a big stream for that later this week. We'll talk about it. But they're still a young team. Their number 2 guy, which I think is Jalen Williams. Chet is not their number 2 guy because scoring and all that stuff. He's probably number 2 face, right? In terms of branding and stuff. But Jalen Williams is not that on par to other guys who are it's like, hey, I need a bucket right now. Let me get a bucket. He's not there yet. Because it comes down to it, you play Luka and Kyrie again, and the Mavs have a phenomenal squad. They have a really, really good squad. They have Luka, who just destroyed you last year. I'm not completely sold on the Thunder making it out of the West yet. And who knows what Jokic is going to do in the playoffs? Who knows what? Excuse me. Who knows what? I'm gonna be that guy. I mean, I kind of have to, but Kawhi Leonard is still an option. Kawhi, James Harden, Norman Powell. Norman Powell is averaging like 25 points per game, shooting 47% from three, almost 50. Like James Harden's balling out, Zubac's balling out. Clippers are good. Clippers are very good. So if Kawhi is healthy, which we've been saying for the past 55 years, it almost feels like, still an option. They're a young team, but gosh dang it, if they don't go out and make a trade for Cam Johnson, I've been hearing that's an option. That would be dope. They have a lot of smaller young guards, and so getting an older, bigger wing who can shoot threes, because the Caruso thing, personally, Thunder fans, you could talk to me about it. I don't feel like the Caruso thing has like really worked. It's great instead of having Giddey. Boom, get him out, get Caruso, because the idea of Caruso is great, and he's good for spurts when he comes out on defense and stuff. And there might be some defensive stats that I'm not looking at or anything, but he's been hurt. He's been not shooting that well from three, so it's like, okay, cool. Let me get a bigger wing. They don't really have a ton of size. So I'm just not sold yet on the Thunder. Maybe we come back into quarter season review number 3 after like 60 games this season at every 20, right? Maybe I come back and I'm singing a different tune and I'm like, man, the Thunder are crazy. But that's my take on the Thunder and Celtics meeting in the finals. I don't think it's going to be that. If it is that, then I'm stupid and I'm just not paying attention to the right stuff. But there's also the fact of like it never goes how you think it's going to go. Playoffs. I'm talking about the playoffs. So last year people were like, man, the Celtics crazy. We got the Celtics right because the Celtics just destroyed everybody. And Luka Doncic decided to just get one of these, and now they're in the finals. So they're one in the West. So Shea MVP. I don't know yet. I mean, he's leading the league in score, or leading scorer on his team. If he can become the league's leading scorer, and he's number 1 in the West by like a wide margin, he's like, I think like 6 or 7 games, him and the Thunder, with a crazy win streak, that might be able to get him to over Jokic, because I think it's between him and Jokic right now. I thought it was going to be Luka, between Luka and Shea, but Luka's been here and there, right? So we're going to have to wait till quarter season review week 2 for me to get a final answer. But what Jokic is doing is insane. I mean, he career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. It's halfway through the season. They'll flatten out, but maybe they won't. It's been almost 40 games, half the season, and they have not yet. So it's going to be very interesting to see, especially because Jokic and the Thunder the Nuggets are top 5, I think top 4. I think they're the 4th seed. If they can finish top 5, Jokic wins the MVP. It's not even close. And we have 4 MVPs, and we got to have a different discussion about Jokic being the top 10 now, because 4 MVPs has only happened by like MJ, Kareem, LeBron, Wilt, Bill Russell, like Moses, or not Moses Malone. Let's have 4. I think that's pretty much it. Only other 5 guys have only got 4. So then we got to have that conversation, and we're not going to be talking about Shea at all. Like, so if Shea can be leading scorer with a really, really good, like 70, they can get 70 wins. That would be insane. I think the Cavs might get to 70 wins. But, yeah, Jokic, career highs, team top 5. I mean, so the rest of this week is going to be very, very good and crucial for the Thunder going forward. I told my brother last week, I was with them, the break and stuff, and I was like, hey, the Thunder beat the Clippers, whatever. They bodied us. We were up by 10, then they lost by 20. Like, it was just stupid. Like, okay. And I was like, hey, watch out next week. Next week, you got to play New York, Boston, Cleveland, and then New York. Those last 2 games are away. So let's watch the next week and see how they do. And so far, they're 2-0. They beat New York, and they beat Boston. So if they can beat Cleveland, then that stretch with this win streak, with beating Boston and New York in this win streak, with Shea being one of the leading scorers in the NBA, that win changes the narrative. I mean, it has to when you beat a team that only lost 4 times and started the season 15-0, right? Changes the narrative a little bit for Shea. So that's all I got on that subject matter. I think we're good on that. But quarter season review week 2, I haven't actually mapped it out and seen start. But get there, check out. It's gonna be on podcast. If you're not watching the podcast. Next thing that I want to talk about is Kawhi. Gosh dang it. And we're gonna have to I have that all written. This one I wanted to get into the standings a little bit. Seconds. Okay. Yeah, 31-4, man. And that's good. Yeah, it's a 7-game gap, dude. Crazy. So, I wish I could turn this to dark mode. If you guys know how to. My system setting something like that. I don't know. But, bro, the Clippers, without Kawhi Leonard, currently have secured a playoff spot. Without Kawhi. I mean, Kawhi just came back and we won that one game. But 19-5 without Kawhi Leonard. For a team that we thought is going to be down here where the Suns are, with these guys. First of all, the Pelicans have been so bad. It's been rougher. But Clippers, man, Kawhi Leonard is back. Now, what does that mean for the Clippers? Well, I know that the Clippers have the 4th best defense in the NBA. Last night when I was checking the Thunder thing. And Kawhi Leonard, he came out and he said, hey, I'm not going to, basically said, if you're worried, if you're trying to watch me score 20, 30 points a game, that is not my deal. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not going to impress anybody. We're not playing on anybody else's timetable. I'm playing for me right now, which is good. You want to hear that. And then Derrick Jones Jr., who was our starter, said, hey, I don't want to start if Kawhi's back. I want to sit on the bench because I just want to. This Clipper squad is really, really good. I mean, look at the players we have. Check this out. James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Norman Powell, Ivica Zubac, who's been playing super well. Kevin Porter Jr., who's like, Chris Dunn took Terrence Mann's starting spot, and he's been one of the league leaders in steals, deflections, great on all over the place. Kai Jones has been Obama backup, Cam Christie rookie, Derrick Jones coming off the bench. Amir Coffey has been with the Clippers for as long as Kawhi's been there, / longer than Kawhi. Really awesome. He's shooting 45% from 3 this year on 6 attempts. Really good role player. And I remember whoever that was in my comments last year that said, I'm crying for you if you think Amir Coffey is a rotational player. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out Amir. They call him they have a ton of names broadcasters. So the barista. He said one the other day that I almost lost my mind about. Terrence Mann's dope. Nico Batum, solid. Jordan Miller's really good. PJ Tucker is not playing. Shout out PJ Tucker for taking that responsibility. But yeah, the standings. I mean, 6th. We have a better record than the Mavericks, Spurs, Warriors, Timberwolves, Kings, and Suns. I thought the Suns were going to be up here. I thought the Timberwolves were going to be up here. Warriors, I was the Spurs, they're cool. I thought the Mavericks were going to be really, really good. But the Lakers, I think these guys are really, really good. But Clippers is a 6 seed? With Kawhi out? Come on, bruh. Come on. With the top 4 defense in the NBA and you get Kawhi Leonard back? Are you kidding me, bro? Stop it. So, the Clippers' schedule looks really, really good over the course of the next month. Especially in comparison to other Western Conference teams and stuff. So, the Clippers play Timberwolves tonight. Timberwolves are obviously not doing too hot, but last time we played them, we were down by 40 in the second quarter, and that kind of sucked. We've beaten the Nuggets twice already. That's been pretty dope. Hornets, come on. Heat, come on. Nets, come on. Blazers, come on. Lakers, okay, cool game. Bulls, come on. Celtics, great. Like, that's a good game. Bucks, cool. Suns, okay. Like, that'll be a fun one. Spurs, yeah. Hornets, like, so. But at least this is a great runway for Kawhi Leonard to just come back, get his legs under, to play the freaking Hornets, Heat, Nets, and Trailblazers and Bulls in the span of like 10 days. How many back-to-backs? Okay, one back-to-back. Where it's, one back-to-back, two back-to-backs. Oh, we play the Celtics on the second night of a back-to-back. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Oh, I'm actually going to be at this game. Haha. I'll be at one of the 27th in Phoenix. That's dope. But, yeah, Kawhi Leonard, I don't think he's going to come back and lead the league in scoring. He's not going to come back and make, MVP. He can't win MVP at all because he's 35 games or something, 34 games. Is he going to be like that crazy? Maybe. I'm really hoping that Kawhi can stay healthy for the playoffs. Because last year, man, the Clippers went 26-5 in like a 2-month span. Gosh dang it, dude. It is. And then he got hurt at the end. Like towards the end of the season, he got hurt, and then we all know we gave the Mavericks a 6-game series, which some teams didn't even do. So shout out. I was there. We did that. To answer Justin, your question, does Shai's defense not factor in your MVP decision? Shai's defense is cool. To hop back on that, I'm pretty much done with what I'm saying with Kawhi, basically. But to talk about Shai's defense, I was listening to a podcast, is Hoop Collective, if you guys like that. It's Brian Windhorst and all these guys, all the ESPN guys. So this isn't like a little fan-made podcast. This is like the Big Dog podcast. I think my camera's tweaking. Good? Okay, I think we're good. But Shai, they called Shai the worst defender of the starting five. And they were like, that's not like mean anything slighting Shai. Shai's very, very good, steals, all that stuff. But in terms of like on-ball defense, you have like Hartenstein or like Chet or J-Dub or Lou Dort or Cason Wallace. Like, Shai is filled with defenders better than him all around. I think Shai's fine. I didn't completely agree with that, but Shai's defense is a factor. But when you're an MVP and you're not like also a DPOY candidate, I don't think your defense should really matter. I think go James Harden, kind of try to get your team wins, and especially if the rest of your team is still the best defensive team in the NBA around you, I think that means a whole lot. So if my camera's tweaking, let me know. Lagging a whole ton. But anyways, thanks Justin for shout out, homie. But yeah, Shai's good. Shai's defense definitely factors in, but we'll have to see later on, because I don't think he's necessarily the reason for their overall success on the defensive end. Now, a guy like Wemby can do that for you while being an MVP. Giannis has done that before. It's like top 10 defense and DPOY because this dude locks down and they have good players, right? That's not Shai's kind of defense. I think he's the more of the offensive guy. Not to mention that Shai is not shooting 15 free throws a game. Shai is interesting to watch sometimes, but you cannot call him the free throw merchant, bro. Let's look this up right now. Gosh dang it, dude. This makes me so mad. He's not averaging, from what I remember, bro. How many free throws is he shooting? Right here. Clear as day, bro. Okay, 8 free throws a game. I guess that 11 a game is pretty rough. But 8 a game this season? Come on. We can't be talking about that. Good? Okay. Yeah, we can't be talking about that like he's just a free throw merchant. Like, looking at it right now, I mean, gosh dang, he's averaging 31 points, and 7 of those is coming off of free throws. Then how many let's see, taking 11 field goals, which is the highest in his career. So he's getting 11 straight buckets every game, and then 7 free throws. So That's good. I don't know what we're tweaking about. Like he's not a free throw merchant. Um, but anyways, going back to the Clippers. Clippers look really, really, really good in my opinion. I'm very excited to see them play. Kawhi Leonard looks really good. He was kind of being ginger, obviously, just getting back on. He's on a minutes restriction now, but outside of that, man, everything looks good with the Clippers. The next thing I wanted to talk about and do, I guess we could talk about this today. I kind of wanted to do some fun Jimmy Butler trade destination. All right, we're here. I think we're good. All right, so I'm not a GM. I'm not like Kenny Beecham or any of these other guys that know this. This is one of my things that I want to get better at in terms of like, what does Capper mean over the tax line? The second apron is something we're learning a lot about. So we're just gonna mess around and find a team for Jimmy Butler. How do I add team two? Add team two. So there's a lot of options that Jimmy Butler has said. Basically everything on the board. He said, I will go to any team except for Miami, which is hilarious. And I saw a tweet, someone said, man, this dude really said he'd want to run a pick and fade with Kyle Kuzma in Washington. So kind of funny. In terms of actual destinations, not a whole lot of teams could. I think a lot of teams could use Jimmy, but in terms of like really needing a guy like that, you look at like Houston, who I mentioned doesn't have like a guy, and Jimmy Butler being the guy in 2 finals runs, better than a lot of guys in the league at the moment. Phoenix would be a disaster. That would be hilarious. It'd be just kind of funny to see how bad that would actually turn out. Let's see. Who else would be? San Antonio would be Portland, I mean, no. Denver would be interesting. I don't know how that works, though. Memphis is the team that I think that you could actually, like, they have young guys and stuff to give up. So we could figure something out. Jimmy Butler, put him on the block. And then we trade, let's see. Who could they really, like, want? Desmond Bane? Or Desmond Bane in that trade? And is Jalen Wells too crazy? Throw in with that for Jimmy Butler. I mean, let's throw in like Jake LaRavia. Try this trade failed. How come? So the Grizzlies are over. Oh, so they're too much money. Okay. Adjust trade. So get rid of Jake LaRavia. Boom. Oh, no. The Grizzlies are over. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry. So we need to get rid of. So we need to get rid of you. Trade Luke Kennard too, I guess. Let's try that. Okay, boom. Yay. Grizzlies get 8 more wins. I mean, that's a big deal, actually. 8 more wins gets you where the Thunder are right now. Holy crap. So that's a really scuffed example of a trade. So just the idea of Jimmy going to the Grizzlies, I think, could be a big deal. Desmond Bane's probably got to go in that trade. And then you get, just for the money, for me, my dumb little self, whatever money works with that, Luke Kennard and Jake LaRavia. So another one. Let's try this. So Miami. Team 2. Golden State's another team that has been talked about a whole ton. Obviously, the Lakers are always an option, but that would be kind of stupid. I really think if anywhere, Jimmy's going to go out west. Tony would be interesting. Let's try Golden State first and see how much they're going to have to give up. I mean, Jimmy, they're going to have to give up like Wiggins. Kuminga's got to go, right? Kuminga has to go somewhere. Moses Moody's got to go too. Wiggins, is that too much? Oh, Lindy Waters. He's been cool. By this trade failed. Warriors are over by $9 million, so adjust. Let's take Waters back. Give Gary Payton. Trade failed. Warriors are over by 1 million. Okay. Adjust. So let me give. Do you trade Dennis Schroeder? I don't know. Don't know. Minga, Peyton. They don't want Heald. They probably want some younger guys. So I'm getting him Kuminga and Gary. Kuminga on the Heat would be actually freaking. That'd be dope. Gary Payton. Let's give Moses Moody too. Let's see. That's kind of a big deal. Try to trade. Heat are over from 100. Really? Okay. How do we make this deal work? Odds? Million, bro. How do I do this? Do I give up somebody from here too? Like Bruce Smith? I mean, is Pierre's Larson? Got 3 million. Okay, so we get rid of Pods and then we go Moses Moody. Okay, maybe this isn't supposed to work then, because if I can figure out, then 100% they can't figure it out. That's how this works, right? So probably not going to Golden State. I don't think that's a good choice. Anyways, let's check Denver out. This is probably going to be even worse. Holy crap! Who do you give up? Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon can't trade. Got to give up MPJ. I mean, that's the only one, right? My boy Deron Holmes. Yeah, Hunter Tyson. Just to make money work. I mean, gosh dang it. Zeke Naji, get him out too, right? Try this trade. Successful. Yay! Nuggets get 7 more wins. That's a big deal. I'm going to say that's probably not going to happen because this trade package for him, not going to be, no. I don't think that's going to be that good of a deal. For the Heat, if that happens, I'm going to laugh my head off. Gosh dang it, dude. Heat. Let's try Houston next. I'm going to make sure I have comments. Okay. Can't see comments when yeah, who do you give up? Who do you trade if you're the make money work? Give up Dylan Brooks? You're the Rockets. Who do you trade for money? Let's see. Dylan Brooks? Ooh. A lot of guys on young contracts, bro. Give up Jock Landale. Give up Unk. Okay, we need $10 more million. And Reed Shepherd has got to go, right? If Reed Shepherd's getting paid that much for being a top 3 pick, right? Successful, boom. That's also a really interesting package. Maybe I don't think I'm doing this right. It says it's successful, so I'm not the dumb one here. Smart one. But Jimmy to the Rockets looks really interesting. That's left with like Fred VanVleet, Jimmy, I mean, you're starting Jalen Green now. Reed Shepherd, from what I've seen, hasn't been making much of an impact. Tell me if I'm wrong. So that leaves Fred, Jalen, Jimmy, Jabari Smith, and Şengün starting 5, which that's a little wow. That would be really interesting. And then Amen Thompson, Tari Eason, Jason Tate, all those guys off the bench. I like that. More man, and will the Heat take Dylan Brooks and Reed? Who knows? Reed Shepherd, Tyler Hero backcourt, go crazy. White on white crime. Let's talk about it. Who else did I say? Dallas. I don't think that's going to be a thing. We already did Denver, Houston. The Lakers would be kind of funny. Memphis seems like a good spot as well. Minnesota would be. I don't know if that's worth it. OKC's. San Antonio. That's the other one. Let's try San Antonio. Let's try that. Wemby is like, wow, that's crazy. Probably going to give up Devin Vassell. He's got to go if you're going to do that. Probably going to give up. Man, Sohan's only making $5 million. They're going to have like a money problem in a couple. That's going to suck. Give up Zach Collins too. And like one more guy. Sam Penny. Successful. I'm getting so good at this. Yeah, the Heat get way worse, and that doesn't really improve them. I think this would numbers for them. CP, Jimmy, and Wemby. Oof. That would be really good. I mean, I think Devin Vassell's been cool, but then you keep your Keldon Johnson, you keep your Sohan, you keep Stephon Castle. Trey Jones is dope, right? Yeah, I think that's good. Let's try teams out east. And the only other team that I can think of that would like need him, like maybe Atlanta. I was talking to my buddy about Milwaukee, but I don't think that they can swing that if you give up Chris Middleton, though. You give up Chris Middleton, though. Oh, cut $2 million, bro. I don't know if that works. I don't know if they would like. They don't. How do they make their money work? And they don't want guys like the Heat will not want guys like Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, body purpose. I'll tell you that right now. Like that's not how this is gonna go. I don't think that's gonna work. Let's try a different team. Philly, that would be hilarious, dude. Indiana, they already have. Jimmy back to Chicago. Zach LaVine. We try it. Let's try it. Jimmy, Zach LaVine, plus freaking Dalen Terry. Boom! Yay! The Bulls of Jimmy, and I don't think that they do that either. That's kind of stupid. I mean, you want to tank. Like, why would you do that? I think all the Bulls fans just had a freaking heart attack. Milwaukee. I really don't see a team out east that would trade for him. New York, you are way too many guys. You would have done some trades. Orlando, you want your young core. You got that. Philly, you guys suck. Toronto, they want to tank. Washington, they're just bad. Atlanta, I don't know if that's the... Boston, no. Brooklyn, no. Charlotte, no. Chicago, no. Cleveland, don't want them. Detroit, that would be interesting. Indiana, do that. I don't think Indiana gets... you get Jimmy, I don't think that puts you anywhere. Well, make the playoffs, then there's a shot you make the finals. So, like, that's how that works. Let's try Atlanta just for funsies. DeAndre Hunter's been so good, but you give him up, and you give up Larry Nance, who has a broken hand, and you give up Okongwu. And both teams get worse. That's what we like, bruh. Yeah, the Hawks' whole bit right now is the depth. So, I don't know if that's, like, the best idea. Start over. I don't think there's another trade for Jimmy that we can do. Honestly, I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, what can we do that... Like, I think Memphis, Houston, and the Denver one I didn't really like. And San Antonio. Memphis, Houston, and San Antonio is probably the best options, I think. I think we're pretty good right there. Anyways, shout out Justin who commented. Screaming so. Sorry. Yeah, I love seeing the comments, but if you guys want to comment, shout me out. Hold up. That's all I got for today, bruh. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I had a really, really good time, as I do. So Wednesday's going to be really fun. When's the Cavs Thunder game? Check. Cavs Thunder game. Wednesday. So, gosh dang it. We'll do a preview Wednesday morning. I'll stream Wednesday. I got school starting Wednesday too, so and then Thunder Knicks. So Friday, we will cover this and do a preview for this, and we'll do a whole thing. If the Cavs just blow the Thunder out, that'll be hilarious. It'll be interesting. Cavs also have they play the Cavs twice this month and the Mavericks twice this month. Wow. That'll be fun. And the Knicks twice. So, if the Cavs can beat the Thunder both these times, they're going to win 70 games. Like, straight up. Going to be very fun to watch. Gosh dang it, dude. This is so good. NBA is so fun. But at the same time, it's like NBA is wondering why we got ratings down and legal streaming is a thing, and that's the biggest reason. I don't think it's 3-pointers. That's a whole different video. It's not 3-pointers, bro. It's your illegal stream. Get your illegal streams up and make the prices lower. I still pay for it because I want this to be my job, so I'm still gonna pay for League Pass, obviously. But the ratings don't help when you put Celtics Thunder at 1:30 p.m. my time or like 11:30 p.m. Eastern time on a Sunday. Ain't nobody watching that, bro. Now people are gonna watch that but at prime time. Yeah, what are we doing? There's like 1 seeds from last year are playing. Why would you not schedule that? I don't know. That's not my problem. That's their problem. Stream Wednesday, we're going to preview Cavs, Thunder, and talk about any other things. Probably talk about the Sixers and why the Sixers have been so bad. Talk about the Bucks. Maybe anything about any update about Jimmy we'll talk about. That's all I got for today, bro. See you guys Wednesday. Trying to post more shorts, more videos, so go check those out. Appreciate your love. Be out.